All right. Good day, Speed Gaming 6, all the way on number 6. Uh, we have some more Link to the Past Randomizer League action. This week we're doing cross keys. We have Brogar versus Futon. Futon part of PugTrio. I will let my partner in just a second say the name of the other team. My name is Tracy, and with me today is Magno. How are you doing, Magno?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for having you here. Thanks for having me here. Brogo is part of TanwirFarid Allstars from Germany. And I want to give a big shout out to Daruk for tracking the race for us today.
Absolutely. Dark, our MVP today, because the trackers, that's what they are. They are the MVPs, especially in a cross keys week. A lot of stuff to keep track of in cross keys, so can't do it without those trackers.
And we're live.
I'll get a Link's house start. Ooh, bombs. Broker in Sanctuary. Getting those bombs really early is really nice. Let's see which. No one's doing the standard opening of going to Houlihan. Futon going to go straight to the castle. Brogar finds a Sanctuary sitting there in the Lost Woods. Sees a compass, doesn't want it. Ooh, rupees from the bush crab is kind of nice. We can farm some of those. It's kind of slow. Reds would be better, but
Ooh,
Vanilla Uncle.
A Vanilla Uncle, yes.
Yeah, that kind of sucks because like you want Uncle to be somewhere like a lumberjack, so you don't ever have to worry about getting the item there. But you'll get 2 items here, and that's nice.
Or you want the Uncle to be on, I don't know, the Sanctuary or the Smith drop down.
Yeah, I can get it right away. We did see just a 50 rupee behind Lumberjack, so never need to kill Ag 1, which is always nice. And we see Bumper Cave. Hopefully we never have to do that. I find that we usually find both. I find both entrances before ever having to go through it, but definitely something to take note of. It'd be a required connector later on if we see a cape.
Okay, we saw Futon doing the tier 1 triple, which was only hearts. And we see he's setting up the tier 3 triple, where he kills 4 enemies without getting hit. And it's also hearts.
Yeah, the little strat he was using, using the bombs that aren't his. Okay, so Sanctuary is Ganon. So we know we'll get a glove for that. Don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, Futon gonna check Sanctuary, get his container heart. Early on, those container hearts are really nice because you could end up with a lot of very low percent loadouts early on for some enemies. Oh, that's vanilla. That's 2 vanilla drop downs.
Alright, he's setting up the Houlihan room for some 200 and something cash.
Yeah, that'll be nice for him.
Yeah, and it also puts you up right in front of Link's house, so you can check that after.
And get those 3 bombs. Okay, now that Futon knows where Ganon is, he can just drop down here with no penalty. Of course, he also knows it's a sanctuary, so he can use those bombs. Brogar didn't have any bombs when he started there, so really couldn't drop down. But he'll be able to do it at any point in time. Oh, a mirror. That's really nice.
You want to see that early.
Yeah. It makes, if you get stuck with bunny walking, it makes that a little bit better. Just so many places. I find there's only a couple of places where you actually get anything. But with that mirror, now you've got a bunch of places you can mirror to if you have to bunny walk. Plus, you can sequence break some of the rooms. Not always, but if it's just a chest right in there, you can go ahead and do a sequence break and just use that mirror for it.
Yeah, you can super bunny those single checks. And yeah, the mirror makes lots of entrances in logic for bunny walking. For example, you can mirror at K45 or at the race game, which is in logic now.
And we did see the one of the Turtle Rock entrances. That's our first dungeon so far. With 4 hearts and no weapons. I don't think I would go in there either. Futon finding Hyrule Castle, yeah. And with just 2 bombs, I don't think you go too far here either. But you can go ahead and check these other entrances. This is also a connector. Ooh. Wow, it's a somewhat useful connector. We can't actually go into both entrances until a cape or a master sword pops up. Oh, that's gross. Hyrule Castle to the top of the regular castle to get into desert and check those connectors. Oh, well, you can get an item here at least.
And have a look on the torch, which is only a compass.
Yeah, never gained that compass. Oh, there's a fire rod on Broker, so I definitely want that. I didn't see what drop down this is, but he's gonna go back for it if he can.
This should be the smith. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
either Mid's Moon Pearl mirror locked, or
Yep. Or
connector
hammer.
to hammer packs locked, or
Yep.
hammer locked. Yeah.
Yep. Nice to know where it is, but yeah, obviously you'd rather be able to just get it. And Futon's gonna check the other exit here. Okay, so it just kind of takes him back into I mean, you're never gonna be able to go into desert from there. But you don't have to worry about mirroring from the Dark World equivalent of that spot, because you already know what it is. I mean, I guess you could go in that way, but that'd be probably a lot of connectors. Actually, I mean, desert's just behind bad connectors. Let's just say it. Grogra, meanwhile, exploring Kakariko, which is the densest area for entrances. Not going to ever come back to the library there. Mini Moldorm, which he'll come back to once he has more than 3 bombs. 3 bombs could do it, but like you don't want to be counting on 3 bombs to kill the Mini Moldorms there. You have to get the double on the left side. And...
Yeah, let's see if we find a bomb shop in Kakariko. Ooh.
Yep,
7-item connector.
Paradox Cave, when you have... I mean, it looks like he's going to go for it. I mean, he can just deboost through these guys, and he'll get 2 hearts back. Plus, there's a bomb shop down here, if he remembers. I think he thought about just checking the connector, but I kind of like this better. Ooh, bomb shop. Speaking of bombs, Misery Mire in Thieves Town, RR56s. He has just enough bombs to get into the bomb shop and open the door early, so now he'll have 10. Whether he will choose to try and... I mean, right now your priority is to get the 7 items. If you can also kill the mini Moldorms up there and check an exit, then that's great too. Meanwhile, Futon finds... Was that a vanilla well?
It was. Just a pot small key? Oh, or was it a small key eye?
I think it was a map.
Oh.
I think it was a pod map.
I just saw Petals
Arrow.
of Darkness flashing.
Yeah, that happens. There's a
small key.
pod small key. So really, the only thing of any worth is that pod small key, and how much worth it actually would be, of course, depends on how many pod small keys. And there's, speaking of pod small key, there's another one for Brogor. Auto vendor, only selling us arrows. Ugh.
Well, not having a sword makes this bomb jump a little harder on Brogor's side.
Yeah.
But he decides to just check the lower exit.
Yeah, the problem with that X is he doesn't have that mirror yet, so he can't go back through. And decide, okay, he was thinking about bunny walking and decides not to. I like the call to not bunny walk at this time. There's too many light world good things. No mirror, no moon pearl. I think this is the right call to just get out of there.
Ooh, Sanctuary start could mean he goes to back of escape for his mirror. This looks
Yeah,
like
that would help.
When I see that you get out in the dark world and have to, or are in bunny state, I like to check one disgusting entrance. So like the curiosity shop.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yep, that's a good one.
Save and crit from there.
Yeah, and chat asking why the sword helps the bomb jump. Just a little easier to buffer it when you're holding a sword than when you're not holding a sword.
Yeah, you can nudge on the edge by a spin release. So
Yep.
you would drop down if you wouldn't have a sword.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But releasing the sword spin gets you back on the ledge.
Oh, it's the bottom of Spiral Cave for Futon, which is completely useless. Which means when you find Spiral Cave, at least you know it won't be a needed connector, but you're gonna want to get that item at some point. Oh, both runners in Kakariko.
Oh, we see
And
both
finds Hut
runners
at
in
the
Blind
same
Hideout.
time. Let's see if this 5-item cave gives us anything good. So far, oh, we got a nice refill. Futon doesn't get the refill. Ah, Moon Pearl. Ooh, spicy. Early Moon Pearl is always nice.
Nice and dangerous.
Yeah, because
Basically,
no sword. Yeah, no weapons here except the bombs.
Yeah, if you have a Moon Pearl, mirror, and connectors to the Dark World, basically the whole map is open for you.
Yeah.
Lots of chances for divergence and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of slow checks, but now they're all in logic and a little more worth. Actually, a lot more worth than they were before. Also, with that mirror, there's a lot of places where you can combine Dark World and Light World checks, which is nice. Burger just says no to Hyrule Castle for now. Maybe he's going to come back after checking these last few entrances.
Yeah, we didn't see a regular bomb shop, so Futon had to buy the expensive ones from the red bomb shop.
Mm-hmm. And we still, yeah, and 9 is a much better number to go into Mini Moldorn Cave with, and frankly, even the 7 that Brogar has is much better. Okay, nice job getting that first one. That's the hardest one to get because he's trying to kill you at the same time. The other ones tend to stay on their sides, not always, but just a little bit easier. Ooh, a small key. Misery Mire. Okay. Misery Mire small keys logically needed for the left side of Misery Mire, but not actually needed at all for anything in Misery Mire.
Yeah, left side is locked behind 3 small keys.
Yep.
And fire source, of course.
Yep. We know where a fire source is. We just can't get to it.
We're basically just 2 gloves or a connector to hammer packs away from getting or a hammer away from getting the fire rod.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it's gonna be something like Mirror to get it. Ooh, potion shop. That's a really nice spot for the potion shop, especially if they get a flute. Would make it easier to do a possible save scum with the mushroom when they get it. Oh, Brogor.
Down to 2 last
Come
bombs.
on, you got this? Okay, he's fine. I gotta get that Misery Mire small key, because that's about all this place had. Looks like Futon does not want to explore the Dark World, wants to check this other connection. That menu is so bare. Bombs and mirror, that's all you got. That's all we're giving you. Gotta beat the game with it.
And the Moon Pearl. Ooh.
Yeah, we can check one thing here. And we can go back, so... Okay, and that one thing is useless. We can't lift the rock. But yeah, mirroring here to check the Light World stuff is a good idea.
Oh yeah, but Bogo doesn't have a bomb for the Light World cave.
Ooh, that's... Well, we'll find out how big a problem that is.
Apparently not a big problem.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna buy some here and go back. And find a bomb shop. Thanks, game. I mean, that'll stack. It'll give him plenty of bombs to do stuff later, so at least there's that. Now, he's actually just gonna go do this stuff. Okay. We have to take the long walk to get the graveyard ledge, but you're right here, so you might as well just do it. Just gotta
Yeah,
be
without a
careful here.
weapon.
Yeah, no weapons. And those guys will do 2 hearts of damage to you. Futon finding this Ganon. So what do we have left? Lumberjack and Magic Bat? What drop downs do we have? Obviously, there's an item behind Agatu, which always is annoying.
So we saw Uncle, Ganon, Fairy Cave, Escape, Kakariko Well, Magic Bed. So
Oh, we have seen okay.
or did we see Magic Bed?
We saw the Magic Bat location. I'm trying to figure out if we've actually seen. That might be the one we're missing.
And the Lost Woods drop down, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Magic Bat's the one we're missing, and that would be the Ganon drop.
Oh, Lumberjack was vanilla, okay.
A cape for Futon, and we already know where Bumper Cave is, so that could matter.
Well, that's basically vanilla, just not the right the vanilla
I know,
location
right?
for the cave.
Our first small key to Ganon's tower there on Brogar's side. Of course, we need some magic to use that cave. Futon has enough to get through that bumper, but not by much. Or you kind of wish for like the front of Turtle Rock to show up, or like Super Bunny Cave to get some nice free magic refill.
I mean, what the cape does, it could bring Spy Cave in logic at one point in the game.
Yeah.
It also, makes Bumper Cave in logic, the connector.
Oh, and the cape also gives us this entrance.
Oh, right.
It's the back of desert. Can't do anything there, but good to know where it is.
Ooh.
Oh, boots! Brogar, the first to boots. Sadly, boots without sword are a little annoying. I'd still rather have them than not have them, but boots without sword is a different animal. Futon gonna steal that desert key. May save scum it when he gets back to gets to desert. May never use it if he finds the desert key small sooner, or if the desert big might never use it because the desert big shows up and you just do the back of the dungeon. It's a risky play if there's something good there, and you might end up having. Well, if there's something good there, then you're just gonna need the desert small anyway. But if it's a crystal and the item is iffy, you probably just have to reset it because you don't want to have to search out that desert small.
Yes, it's kind of a double-edged sword because, I mean, logically the boss requires you to find a small key, but
Yep.
I mean, if you save scum it, it could be that you have desert small key for go mode.
Yeah. Okay, Futon gonna go down to the escape with just 5 bombs. Brogar is trying to get through the mummy cave, mummy statue room, which is one of those games. It's like one of those candidates for worst room in the game. In this one, this is a very difficult room, and
Especially when you don't have any
no
weapon.
weapons. You have nothing. You have a mirror and you have boots, and that doesn't help you at all. Other than you'll get out very easily.
Oh no!
Oh no! He just waited a little bit too long to get out of the way of the hand there. Looks like he's gonna give up on this. I don't blame him. Come back with even just a sword and it'll be better. Okay, so 2 bombs left for Futon. He needs both of these to get through this guard. So I wonder if he's gonna try to kill it. And does. So he's gonna be able to do all of this. This isn't in logic without the small key, but we've already done the back, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, this basically just gets important if escape is, or the sanctuary is at Lumberjack or at the pyramid.
Oh, it looks like Brogar scored a sword in Skullwoods. And a flute! Oh my god. I never get Skullwoods here that are this good.
So early mobility for Brogar, boots and flute.
And a sword. Yeah, you
And
can
a
actually
sword.
run through things. Oh, but Futon gets a sword too, so that's nice. course, he hasn't gotten his boots yet, but you know, when he gets his boots, he'll have a sword. And is going to go ahead and do Dark Cross. This is a fairly easy dark room with a sword.
Yeah, but I don't know, if you enter Hyrule Castle from the Dark World, those reds do 2 hearts of damage.
Yeah, I don't know which entrance he's using right now. Yeah, I would go out of my way to re-enter from the light world if I were to do this on this health and this mail and no lamp.
Oh yeah, for chat, this we play, or the mode of the game is cross keys, which is cross-world entrance shuffle plus key sanity. So we have, or basically all the entrances in the game are shuffled, and we can have connectors from the light world to the dark world, and all the keys are also shuffled into the item pool.
Yeah, I find once you do entrance, I much prefer having key sanity, just because you want those dungeons to actually have some worth when you find, say, Misery Mire. It's hard to convince yourself to go into Misery Mire with a bad loadout for 2 items, but if it's 8 items, which is what it is here, much more appealing. So some of those like Skull Woods and some of the other dungeons like that. Okay, that's location is nothing. We'll check the Light World one now. Well, Futon, seeing that there's nothing on the Lake Hylia Island. Kind of sad to find that bomb refill cave when you have full bombs.
Yeah, after buying bombs for the 3rd time or something.
I know, right? But it is a nice, you know, it's a good one to keep in mind. You know, it's right next to Link's house, so if you need bombs, save and quit, and they're right there. Yeah, complete divergence here. With the world as open as it is, doesn't really surprise me. Futon checking out the Eastern Palace area, and Brogar doing more Dark World stuff. So far, the Dark World's been paying off pretty nicely for Brogar. Oh, there's another desert entrance. That's actually a good desert entrance, unlike the other 2. And Futon finds the smiths. Good to keep in mind for later. And another small key to pod.
I'd rather have the smith in Kakariko, because sometimes, if you don't have a flute, for example,
yeah,
you would have to walk all the way to, in this case, the Harshalas hut.
Yeah, it's not a great spot for it. Yeah, even with the flute, that's kind of a pain to get to. Like if you have a flute, then if it's like in the potion shop, then that's as good as having it at in Kakariko. Brogar doesn't have that cape yet, so he can't go into that other entrance.
Finds Hyrule Castle.
Yeah.
I mean, having cleared the bag and a weapon, he would have all the means to get the items out of it.
Yeah, get himself a Master Sword. I'm a little surprised he doesn't do it. With the mirror, you don't even have to worry about death warping. Of course, he doesn't know there's a Master Sword sitting there in the basement, so...
So, but the only real good Dark World connector we had was, I think it was Paradox Cave, which led to the Dark World Sanctuary.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, Futon needs to do that, because I think all these things that Brogar has is in that area.
Yeah, and with the mirror, you basically want to check Dark World and Light World in combination with the mirror. And get
Mirror early. Mirror and Pearl early is so good. Just gives you so much more that you can check.
Yeah, he's having a look at his fire rod in the Smith drop-down.
Yep. I'm still several items away from it. don't know yet whether that fire rod's gonna be hard required, but even if it's not hard required, you want to get it. So, ooh, Saha.
He said
Interesting
makes...
place for him. Yeah. Oh, vanilla green pendant.
Yeah, he's Palace green pendant. Ooh.
Oh, there's that hammer. And a blue mail. That was a very nice Saha.
So as we know, he can get the fire rod now.
I think I bet he does. Yeah. I mean, you can still do it from the Dark World.
Well, he can't lift up those rocks, but
No.
he can do
He can
digging
mirror
game
right before
first.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I mean is, yeah. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he can't quite get back up there, but he can put a portal a little bit lower down. That doesn't really help you. I think just doing the digging game is probably the thing that makes the most sense. It's a lot of digs. Come on, game.
Just
For a map. Is it a good map? It's not a good map. Oh.
One of the two useless maps.
Yep. That means as the game goes on, other maps become useless too, but that one's one of the ones always useless.
Yeah, so maybe the fire rod will make Brogor go back to the Skullwoods location, because there's also an entrance locked behind the fire rod.
Yeah.
Oh, but first he wants to activate his flute.
Yeah, good idea. Another item that's really good in entrance is having that flute. I'll give him Death Mountain Axe so he could rescue the old man, find out where those other start points are. Obviously not in logic without a lamp, but with a sword, pretty easy to do. Most people will do it.
Oh boy, Futon's having a little trouble with the Pokey and Turtle Rock.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly, I don't even bother with the Pokey in this situation. I just use the key I have. But he does get through it, does get the key.
I mean, this chest, the lava chest, is locked behind 4 small keys.
Exactly. That's why I'm happy to ignore it if I have to. Oh, and it's a turtle rock. It's locked behind 4 keys unless it has a key.
Yeah, so he can only get 1 chest in logic, which is the chain chomp, but yeah.
Yeah, no cane means he can't go any further anyway. But yeah, logically he can get this one, and illogically he can get the one he just did. Oh boy, 2 hearts in this room.
Ooh, that was close.
Okay. Oh no. At least it's a map of a dungeon we know nothing about yet, so. We're gonna have a much easier time doing the Hyrule Castle check because he's got a sword.
Yeah, and he will get rewarded with a sword.
Yeah, Master Sword. That's all we need. I mean, you want more, but. And typically, I find most cross key seeds, you end up very low % for a long time, and then just everything starts coming, and you end up with like gold swords, silvers at the end, and red mail, and just everything, all the things you could possibly want.
No items for 30 minutes, and then bam, everything.
Yep. There it is. And nice mirror. Another reason mirror's super nice early is those death warps.
Yeah, he's also having blue mail, so it would take a little longer to die there.
Yeah, in his case, you might argue that you're better off entering from the Dark World. But he has a mirror, so Light World is better. But yeah, if you had to do a death warp, yeah, you might enter from the Dark World just to make that a little bit easier.
And I think Brogor just wanted to set up his entrance to the middle one, so when he mirrors, he gets right down on the castle, so he can check the middle entrance.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, Futon's making his way up to Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, he also saw Ice Palace. Can't do anything with it because he doesn't have the hammer to get the fire rod.
All right, we've been to Ice Rod Cave. We mirrored from the Dark World Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, so he does a fake flipper.
Yeah, not having Zora money could be a pain.
I mean, the nice thing about this check is it's an item. It's completely not in logic without flippers, though. But if it's something good, and you don't have to come back for it later, that works out really well for Futon.
I mean, he can check the waterfall and the capacity island, I like to call it. or even the Zora ledge if he wants.
Yeah, with the Moon Pearl, the waterfall cave is really nice because it sets you up into a water walk and you can walk around. Like what I like to do sometimes, especially if I have boots, and Futon doesn't, so it doesn't really speed things up. But you can go over there, get your water walk, and then come back to this area and check, the hobo and then the fairy grade cave right afterwards.
Oh, we have seen the left entrance, but I can't remember it right now. The left Hyrule Castle entrance.
But yeah, so far the only really good connector we've seen is that one out of Paradox Cave.
So Futon decides to check the Zora ledge. Doesn't have enough money for Zora though. And it's just bombs.
And Waterfall Fairy is a connector, so we'll see if he chooses to follow that. Or just keep the water walk and check the island. The other island.
Oh right, having the flute gives us mountain access.
Ooh, and there's Thieves Town. We can get the front 4 items, but that's it. Unless we find the big key. Container Heart for Futon, which is, we're still early enough that you don't really turn those down, but not quite what we're looking for.
So
Futon really, really needs to get to back to that Paradox Cave and get back to the Dark World. And it looks like he's checking everything else.
Yeah, so the Lumberjack entrance is a little out of the way. But this yields the boots. I mean, what you want to see in the cross keys is early mountain access, so you can rescue the old man and get 2 free extra starting points.
And you hope they're in good places, because they aren't always. I had one seed where Sanctuary was at the castle, and both old men starting points, or both mountain starting points, were within a screen transition of Link's house. So,
Nice.
Yeah, thanks, game.
And no flute whatsoever.
Not for a long time, yeah.
So
there's Spike Cave. We can't do Spike Cave yet. In or out of logic.
The front of Turtle Rock is at Agina's cave. But we don't have a Zumaria yet.
Yeah, I can't do anything with that. I mean, it's nice to find out when you need magic. You can get a nice magic refill, but otherwise, yeah, not too interesting.
Or has Brogar not picked up his fire rod?
He hasn't. I'm kind of surprised he didn't do that before doing this play up here.
I mean, when you activate the flute, you basically want the fire rod as well.
Yeah, I mean, he was right there. Probably forgot. It's one of those things where you don't, you're thinking about it and then you forget to do it. Like, I do that all the time, so. And then once you get up to the mountain, you're like, well, it's not that important right now. Sick kid with no bottle. Oof. Hate to see it.
But he has a flute and boots, so he can come back
relatively
fast.
So you mark it and you come back later.
I mean, there's not really right or wrong in the cross key seed. With decision making and stuff, you want to see basically a high density of entrances, which give you hopefully a lot of items, so you can check more entrances and do dungeons and stuff.
Yep, exactly. Oh, this is the. This looks like it's the. I think that's the old man rescue cave, and it's the one you need the mirror for. I'm a little surprised he doesn't go for it, but he can get back here easy enough. And Futon, who had stolen the desert key. He's not resetting this. So what did he get there? The second item was 20 rupees, but I did not see what the first item was. Whatever
haven't
it is,
either.
it must have been something good, because like this is a dangerous play to. Okay, there's the reset. That makes sense. He wanted to see where the exit was first and then reset.
Oh, more rupees. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So he doesn't have to ever worry about that desert small key, which is nice.
Yeah, and since Desert Down only led to K45, he can easily reset it.
Yep. And Brogo doing all the mountain checks. Half magic's nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised with Brogor not picking up the fire rod or rescuing the old man.
Yeah, I imagine maybe he flutes back to 1 after this cave right here. You can get a nice refill here. And then you can flute back to 1 and go back and get the old man. Yeah, so a question in chat about tracker. There are lots of different trackers out there that will allow you to mark down what connectors go to what, where your items are. There's a lot of really good trackers out there. A lot of people use the emo tracker. I use Big Dunka's tracker myself. There's a couple others out there, and some people just use spreadsheets.
Yeah,
and just
Excel
write things
sheets
down.
yeah.
You know, it's one of those things you got to figure out what works for you.
Yeah, there are some drag and drop trackers where you can basically draw your own map with entrances and connectors.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that map was worthless. The other worthless map, the Hyrule Castle map. And sadly, Futon finds Mimic Cave without the hammer.
Yeah, Brogor couldn't get the item either when he was there.
Yep, that's right.
But this will maybe lead him to the Dark World Lumberjack house.
Yeah.
Which had the boots.
And then maybe he thinks to go get the Skullwoods area. Ooh, connector to Misery Mire. That's a lot of entrances over here. Don't have Quake, so we won't be opening that one. We don't have any medallions for that matter. Medallions in this game, you don't want them to matter. Because it's 2 entrances, could be different medallions, could be the same medallions, and usually is nothing until it's something.
Yeah, only bombos could be required for entering Ice Palace.
Yep, that's right. And we know where the fire rod in the end is. It's behind the hammer. We know where the hammer is, so in this seed, it will not be required for Ice Palace. Okay, I don't know that we've gotten a map yet that wasn't a bad one. No, somebody got a swamp map, but mostly we've gotten useless maps.
So I think this was 20-minute boots advantage or something, or 25 minutes.
Something like that, yeah. The bigger thing is that just he got to some of these other things earlier, got to a flute earlier, got to a second sword earlier, doing those Skullwood stuff. Also gave Broker a nice advantage. So yeah, right now advantage Brogar are way too early to say who's really in the lead. As Kroskis has this weird tendency to have a go mode item come up on you suddenly, and then your actual go mode lasts 5 to 10 minutes. Because for the most part, we don't have to do, in this case as well, we don't have to do Gan's Tower, so you don't have that 10 plus minutes of stuff that you have to do.
Oh, speaking
of Ganon's Tower. I mean, you might still have to do it, but you're not doing it at the end. Mostly.
I mean, the climb is only 4 items plus the magic bat, I think.
I think it's Magic Bat. And that's a Thieves Town Big Key, which is a good one. Can get the item on the torch, can't even sequence break. No, we can. Broker could sequence, yeah, because he's got the hammer. Could choose a sequence break around this. didn't see where this entrance was. I like the play better if Ganon's Tower is in a bad spot. Another pod small. We're gotten a lot. Is that 4 between our 2 runners?
It should be. Or
I don't
even
think
4,
they've
I think.
gotten all. Yeah, I don't think we've gotten all the same ones, but looks like we are going to sequence break this.
I think the entrance was Desert Palace left.
That's not too
So-
bad with the flute. With
Yeah, but-
flute, yeah, flute. Oh wait, no, we don't have an easy way. You have to get the connector from. Yeah, this is the right play. Because this is kind of in a bad spot. You have to get a connector to Meyer. Castle
And
Tower,
it all
small
gets-
key.
And it all gets in logic when you find the hookshot somewhere lying around. Yeah.
Yep. And we just found a small key to Swamp. That's the hardest, the most annoying small key, because it's the one that you it's kind of the big key equivalent. Swamp Palace, needing that small key just to get in.
Yeah, having 2 small keys, you can check the firebar room. And you still can get to ice ammos.
Yep. No boomerang, no cane of Samara. We're gonna use bombs here.
Yeah, you have to put them a little bit away from the first switch, because otherwise you would activate both of them.
Yep. One last bomb jump. Actually, yeah, now one best bomb jump. Sandcart. It's a very nice place for that.
Yeah, you want to have sword beams for the ice ammos fight.
Yeah, especially with Master Sword. Master Sword does less damage on the Ice Armos than Fighter Sword, because reasons.
Gets the hit. So, Futon will get his hammer now from the
Oh, there's a
Sahasrah's
glove.
back.
And a book.
So we have a hookshot locked book and a glove.
Yep. Now, interestingly enough, I mean, Ice Armos is not in logic because we also don't have a cane, and well, we know where the fire rod's available. We don't have the cane, but it's not hookshot locked. It's potentially that bonk does not work. So we could actually find a hookshot back here. I guess is the point. No Ganon's Tower big key, so we can't check the chest here, which is a bad orphan. Not something that he's going to want to come back for at any time if we find the Ganon's Tower big.
Yeah, maybe he comes back if he finds the Zumaria with his fire rod.
Yeah.
So Futon does his, I don't know, 20-ish digs for a map.
His
Ganon's
lots
Tower.
and lots of lot of digs here. Unfortunately, Broger not with beams anymore. Gonna open with the ice rod.
Yeah, you want to have a bow or sword beams or burner for this.
Burna's fun for this fight. In
Yeah, you
retro
wanna
modes. Yeah, in retro modes where you use money on your bow, sometimes I'll use Burna instead of the bow here. But yeah, sword spins is better, hammer is better, but hammer is hard to use.
Yeah, you want to avoid the Master Sword damage because, as you said, it's less damage than with the Fighter Sword.
Yeah, you can also poke too, and that's a little bit better. I mean, to be fair, the game never expected you to be doing this with other than a bow and other than Eastern Palace or at the very end.
You mean the vanilla game? Because in Rando logic, it could be required to only have a boomerang.
Yeah, exactly. I mean the vanilla game, of course. Small key to pot.
Where is Pot though?
we haven't found it yet, but we sure have a lot of the keys for it, which is kind of
With a
nice
big
because
key and 5 small keys or 4. I don't know.
I think okay. Tracker says we have 5 on Brover's side. That sounds right. Darak being our tracker, keeping track of these things. But 5 is enough to full clear it comfortably, so long as you can hammer jump. So that's nice. Okay, Futon says, I have the hammer. I know where the fire rod is. I'm just gonna go get it.
So this is interesting now, because Brogor has regular Darkwood access. This is difficult to keep track of when you play cross keys. Oh, but he wants to check all those entrances. Dark World. I mean, you can call it shopping mall or something, but
Yeah, Dark World
the
Shopping Mall.
Dark World Ice Rod Cave or so.
That works too. Well, there's that
Desert
Desert
Palace
Palace Mall for those rupees. But yeah, and you can't even say that the hookshot isn't going to be behind the glove because the other glove could be available somewhere. And we just don't know yet. So whereas a lot of times when you get an item that opens things up and you're missing another item, you know it can't be behind. But the glove, you know, there's 2 of them, so you can't just say, well, you know, hookshot's not going to be behind glove. It could be.
Yeah, this is why I don't really care about key logic. I mean, I do care and keep track of it.
Yes.
But I like to sequence break it because the other keys could just be lying around somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite is the example I've actually seen where, you know, it takes 4 keys to put the climb in logic of Ganon's Tower. But I've seen a seed where 2 of those keys were in the climb. So if you're waiting for those keys to do the climb, then you're going to be waiting a really long time. So I like, you know, I'm one of those people that doesn't like to say, you know, we don't care about logic, because we do. We just break it when it makes sense to break it, and, you know, try and keep track of what we've broken when we do.
So Brogar just found the Tower of Hera, which was at behind the stone, the glove entrance at Ice Rod Cave, and he got his flippers from there. Futon is checking the Graveyard Ledge, which is the Mimic Cave, and the King's Tomb entrance, which is our uncle. No, the old man, I mean. Sorry.
Yeah.
The old man.
Not a terrible starting point if you have mitts. Without mitts, kind of a terrible starting point. We have, you know, and a connector to GT. We do some Dark Death Mountain checks.
Yeah, Brogor does not have his cape, and so he can't check Bumper Ledge.
Yeah, we've seen the other side of this, so we don't even need it, as it turns out.
Right.
Oh, hey, a lamp.
Yeah, this lamp also is in a cave, which could be a place for the moon pearl.
How did Brogar miss that? I mean, you won't need it because he knows where Fire Rod is, and you can do everything without. But I wonder if he realizes that he skipped that.
He just went Skullwoods and dropped down, so he didn't want to waste or use the key to rely on a Skullwood small key find.
Yep.
So he saved and quit from there.
Yeah, it's one of those spots that I could easily see mismarking on your tracker because you've been in the area and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna mark all these off. Now, like I said, the lamp's not gonna cost him anything. You know, slower dark rooms and stuff is the worst that happens, but.
Oh, Futon finds the Hype Cave.
Well, let's see how hype it is today. Container Heart's still nice. Ether to be determined. I mean, we have an entrance that requires Ether and Turtle Rock, so, you know, might be something.
Yeah, but this also requires the nits to open
up. Yeah, can't do
it
it now. Can't do it now. So very much a to be determined.
We still gotta find our Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, I'm feeling the pod play with all the keys we have for it. Granted, it's not fully in logic without the 6th one, but that's another one that you just if you have 5, you don't worry about it. And Swamp over on Futon. I think, did we see that already? I don't know. But that is Swamp. Can't do anything with it until I mean, Futon doesn't have flippers yet, and of course we don't have, haven't found the dam yet to flood it.
Oh, so we have a little bit more pendant and crystal informations on Futon's side. So Swamp Palace is a pendant.
Of course it's a pendant.
Ice Palace and Palace of Darkness are crystals.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Pod is a crystal with all those small keys showing up. And Futon making his way into Skull Woods. He's going to have a much easier time with this room right here. Fire Rod for the mummies. Swords for the berries. Yeah. Just don't get grabbed by the hand. And Broker can do all those flippers checks that we've seen. Does have enough money for Zora if he wants to go there, but chooses not to. Oh, that's a Meyer big key back there that Futon missed. Sorry, the Futon guy. I think that Broker never going to get that, so he's going to have to go back for that if... Oh, Meyer is a crystal, so he is going to have to go back for that for sure. The good news is, once he gets the Fire Rod, it might make sense for him to do that. Or if the Skullwood's big key shows up, that also might make sense for him to do it then.
Yeah, but it could also mean that he waits until he finds this big key, so he doesn't have to come back a third time. Could
happen. Yeah, the... Also going to kind of explain how Skullwoods worked. It's shuffled amongst itself because of the way the drop-downs work. It doesn't really combine well with everything else. Except the back. The back is a random entrance, and the back of Skullwoods is just randomly placed throughout the map. We still have Pinball Room is always going to be a small key, because you don't want to have to drop down, and you don't have to guess on a drop down and not be able to get out. So this will always be a small key, and it often makes sense to grab it, so that when you find the the back of Skullwoods to beat it, you have that extra key that you don't have to grab. Either just get in, or even, if you have 2 keys, you can skip the mummy key, so. This is the bad layout, though, because the 2 connectors connect within the area that you can get to easily, and so you have to drop down to get, ooh. Speaking of, and this is not full clearable, unless Kane shows up, but.
So Brogar really wants to go back to the Skullwoods area for Maya, for the Maya big key and Misery Maya itself.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes back there with Kane, he might just get here and be able to full clear this.
But this is also an entrance you can really put off for a long time.
Yeah, it really is.
And I wonder if Brogar just forgot about the Fire Rod. Because it's
still hasn't gone back for it. Yeah,
the hammer.
Yeah, he still hasn't gone back for it. Thief sound small key. That's a nice one to get. In Futon's case, doesn't have the big key yet. Won't have an issue of leaving the big chest behind. We'll be able to just full clear Thieves Town when he goes in there.
Yeah, and Futon's having 3 small keys for Misery Maya, so the left side, the fire locked side, is in logic for him.
Yep. I mean, you do it anyway, but yeah, I mean, it kind of feels better to know that it's in logic and therefore more likely to have something. But you don't want to have to come back here and, oh my god, I don't have 3 small keys, I can't do this now, and have to come all the way back here when you do. It's hard, but at least if you're gonna...
we'd have a vanilla Zomaria this season.
Yeah, it could happen. Could happen. And yeah, in Key Sandy, you typically route the left side first, because as long as you're full clearing. The exception would be if you're, say, go -1, then maybe you rush the boss and hope to get something and then come back in.
Oh, this was a nice rail clip, or
It was.
whatever the name is by Futon. First try. Saves a lot of time.
I don't know
Get
if
it
that
first
one
time.
has a specific name, but it is a rail clip, so.
Door extension, rail clip, good stuff. Rail dash, whatever.
Yeah. Gets a boomerang. 5 rupees. We got one last shot at Canis Samaria here. So I feel like the only thing we really got out of this was the Thieves Town small key. Which, you know, could lead to something good, and it'll lead to Futon feeling better when he clears Thieves Town.
I mean, Misery Maya could lead to something more than just the item on Viti, because it's a red crystal.
Yep, that's true too. But at the moment, we can't do that, so. Oh, and the one drop down that gets you back to the front, so that Futon does not have to save and quit out of this, or mirror and flute. Don't know if he's activated his flute yet, though. There's 4 drop downs in Skull Woods. 1 goes to the middle area, what would typically be considered the middle area, and 3 go to the front area. And most of the time, that last drop down will take you back to the front area in keys, in cross keys. So usually you're just kind of stuck there.
So Broga finds his ice palace, and maybe this makes him think again. Wait, did I see the fire rod somewhere?
I know, right? Yeah, maybe.
Could be a little reminder.
Maybe.
But he farmed up 500 rupees, so he could afford the Zora check now.
Yep, he could.
While Futon is rescuing the old man, yielding an item and 2 save and quit points, which we saw one was at King's Tomb.
And the old man makes you slow. And if you try and run, you go even slower, so.
At least he pays for it big time. 300 rupees for it.
Unfortunately, he finds Thieves Town without the big key. Which, you know, Brogar did too, so. He'll do the front 4 and leave. But I suspect once Futon finds that big key, he just comes right back here because it's just a flute away. Whereas Brogar might wait for the small key.
Yeah, and the last couple of minutes, Broga was making use of his gloves to go into the dark world, check the entrances under rocks, and combine light and dark world with the mirror.
Yeah, I like that.
There was basically nothing behind it.
Except this Eastern Palace, which we know is a pendant, so he's probably just going to clear it and hope to never come back. I'll clear what he can and hope to never come back. Yeah, money. We're now at the point where money is just not an issue anymore because we've gotten several 300s.
I mean, we haven't seen a bottle yet. We have a nice potion shop in Kakariko at the chicken hut, and both runners have a flute. So potions would be nice at some point.
And where was Sick Kid? We saw Sick Kid
on the mountain somewhere. The left
sounds
drop
right.
down, I think. That's a nasty spot for Spiral Cave. If there's still something on the mountain.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he does this because we've seen the exit. It's in Kakariko, I believe.
Yeah, but with flute in hands, it's a free item.
Yeah, you're right. You can just flute back.
You would have to do it anyway at some point.
Oh, baby. That hook shot. So now that'll put the the left side GT stuff in logic.
And this is really nice for him because now he can just activate the flute.
That worked out really well for Futon.
Oh baby. Brogar skipped out on the Spiral Cave yet.
And hasn't gone back. So yeah, we earlier said advantage Brogar, and now I think Futon's taking the advantage. Again, we're too early to give anybody a lead. I mean, we have no crystals, which by the way, an hour into a cross keys race, not unusual for those of you that maybe haven't watched these before. Yeah, chat pointing out the hook might not be. I mean, I would say it's at least logically needed for that glove, unless the other glove is in a spot and it's just not needed. But yeah, you don't need, you hope to not need it for a Ganon's Tower climb.
Yeah, but that's really unlikely having what we saw.
Yeah. And Swamp being a pendant, yeah. I mean, if there's nothing in the back of Swamp, then it wouldn't be hard required there. That's the only place it could be hard required, because, I don't know either of these two skills in hovering. Maybe you know Brogor's, but...
Well, he can hover the Moldom 2 gap, but he wouldn't hover the hookshot cave.
Okay.
He would need more tries than one for Ganon, at least.
Yeah, sounds like, yeah. I kind of put hovers into runners into three categories. Those that can just hover at will, those that just can't, and then those that'll do it if they absolutely have to because it's a hover seed and Swamp is a pendant. Sounds like Brogar's in that third category.
Well, yesterday we practiced the Modem bounce for a little, so...
Yeah, multiple routes though and cross keys, you end up leaving the item behind. If that's something you need, that's really good for like most regular seeds. Oh, that's a sword on Zora. I mean, that's not quite what you're looking for, but you're certainly not going to turn that down. You're not going to be upset to find a sword there.
Well, but now I think Brogar is kind of having not much checks left.
He's got it. Yeah, I mean, Spiral Cave makes a lot of sense for him. If he remembers where that is. And getting that Fire Rod also makes a lot of sense. Thieves Town map, so we might find out where... Oh, looks like that's already been... Oh, right, Thieves Town is a red crystal, so that's a useless map.
So Brogar followed this connector once, but maybe he just wants to bomb jump it. Yeah, this looks like. To get another entrance.
Yeah.
Oh, but he fell down?
Yeah, I know what happens to me when I try and do some of these bomb jumps, where I'll end up not quite... They're both in the same cave, if that's funny, from different spots. But it can happen where you just kind of mistime it and you fall down.
But he uses this exit to rescue... No, to check the tablet first. That makes sense.
He's going to be able to get something out of this. That book was also hookshot locked. And gives us a map to Hera. And Hera's a crystal. There you go. Checks it immediately. Okay, once we find out... Let's see. Are we? Yeah, we're down to TR or ice. One's a pendant, one's a crystal. Oh, and Futon ends up in the Mire area for the first time. So he gets to check all these entrances, and I believe Ganon's Tower was in this area, so he'll be able to do that a lot easier and in logic.
Yeah, and Brogar had two Ganon Tower small keys. Maybe there was one in GT itself, or...
No, there's the one.
Right
yeah, that's the one he had. No, Brogar gets to slow down with the old man. and he also won't let you go into any entrances. Brogar trying to get spin speed. Little does he know that the hook shot is available right in this area, making that a little bit easier to do it with the hook shot. And yes, holding the bomb there makes you move faster. Of course, you don't usually want to let it explode before you're done, but you know. And Futon finds Ganon's tower, and you know he's going to be clearing all the left side here.
And there's another tower, the Aga Tower. We saw it leads to nothing, but we have one small key. We can get both of the items.
Yep. And it wouldn't surprise me if Futon, now that he has got that Thieves big key from here, goes back to Thieves Town after he's done doing these checks. Fortunately for Brogar, the worst dark room in here to do without even a fire rod is the one after this room that he'll never have to do because we know Lumberjack is nothing. And this is the last item that he'll get here.
Ah, there we go. He was stuck for a little. But now it's just holding up, and he got the item.
Yeah, hopefully at the end of this, he'll finish this off by following Spiral Cave. Okay, the moment there, I thought he was going to save and quit. No, you still have one more thing to do here.
And it's floating away.
No, Brogar! Spiral Cave! Spiral Cave is a thing. Or go get your fire rod.
Yeah, this could be dangerous because I think he really forgot about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you wait this long otherwise. There's actually 3 things going on. One of which is two of which that are really bad, and one of which is really bad, one of which is not that bad at all, and one of which is kind of indeterminate. That Spiral Cave hook shot, like we said, might not be required, so if he never gets to it, it might not matter. The lamp that's sitting there in the Dark World, I believe in the Fortune Teller shop, definitely not required, but just nice to have. But the big one being not picking up that fire rod, and behind the fire rod is Misery Mire, so hard required, that fire rod. Not to mention, Skull Woods is a crystal, although not hard required for Skull Woods in entrance. And we don't know if he'll need it for Trinex or not. So,
Yeah,
but we do know he'll need it for Mire.
In entrance modes, you can bomb jump your way in Skywoods, so you just basically need a lamp.
Yeah, lamp or fire rod. So he needs to get one of those for Skullwoods, but he needs the fire rod for Mystery Mire, which if he never goes back and gets it, that is a problem. Yeah, Futon also with a very bad setup for this. He does have sword beams though, so that's good.
And he lost them.
Yeah, it didn't take long. It's just please don't switch the boomerang.
I mean, you can use the fire rod. I think one fire rod shot is equal damage to 1 arrow.
Yeah, I feel like saving enough fire rod shots for the last one, but then using up the rest to get as many as you can. Ah, there we go. Broker gets his lamp. And you can get a little bit of splash damage here. I think he did get a little bit there. But yeah, what I don't like is he's kind of spreading those fire rod shots between all 3 of them, which means that one of them is going to get all that health back, and that fire rod shot ends up being wasted. That does make me wonder where the bow is, though, or the bows. We will need those because Pod is a crystal.
Yeah, and we have progressive bows, so the first one will always be the bow, and the second bow will be the silvers.
Still want to know where that pot is with all these keys.
I mean,
So-
having 5 pot small keys, we can basically open
Yep.
carelessly every door and just do the the hammer jump for the
Yeah.
last key to
Carelessly
save.
just don't open that key in the fire in the dark maze, and you're good to go. Yeah, and to answer your question in chat, yeah, we can't do the right side of GT because no cane of Samaria. Hard required for that. You can get around the torches with the lamp if you don't have a fire rod. Although logically you need the fire rod, but you absolutely need the cane to hold that one switch down. So. Yeah, it's kind of funny when you think about it. Each side of GT has a hard required item and a soft required item. Because on the right side you can get around the fire rod with a lamp, but you need the cane of Samaria. On the left side you can get around the hook shot with bomb jumps and bonks with the boots, but you absolutely hard require the hammer. So. And the climb even too, you know, your soft required the bow, but you can get around that with a mimic clip, so. Oh, we found a connector to the Turtle Rock Bridge. It's always a tricky one. So far, nothing there, though. Looks like there was nothing there at all.
Yeah, it's nice having the mirror the first time you see this
Yeah,
Turtle Rock
absolutely.
Bridge.
Early mirror is just so good because, you know, every one of those places that you know, there's a handful of places where you have to mirror to get to entrances. And every time you find one of those that the mirror, you're just like, okay, I gotta come back here later, and it's always a connector and sometimes a bad connector. We've been in this entrance. Burger says, "Yeah, I did that on purpose. I want to do stuff here." I think he hasn't done this yet.
Yeah, he didn't steal the small key, he just found the small key somewhere.
The actual small key. Sadly, this will be nothing but money. I mean, he's got 667 rupees, and he's already paid his Zora money. So, money's just not going to be an issue for him. It was funny. I was going over in my mind what dungeons we found, which dungeons we have. We found most of them. We haven't found a whole lot of Turtle Rock entrances. I think we found just the 2 middle ones. We haven't seen Laser Bridge. Well, we did see the front. We can't do anything with it without the cane. We have not seen Laser Bridge though. I'm wondering what that is. If Laser Bridge entrance isn't a bad spot, it kind of changes the key count you need to worry about to get through it. Because you'll end up having to go from a different spot to get in. Turtle Rock really funny because, you know, we set the lava chest behind 4 small keys. The Trinex's also behind 4 small keys, logically speaking. But normally, because when you walk upstairs, the keys don't get used. You can usually get around all the keys, except you do absolutely need one to get to the boss.
Yes, and we saw Turtle Rock main entrance at Agina's cave.
Yep. So we've seen, I think, 3 of the entrance, but we have not seen Laser Bridge. So if Laser Bridge is in a bad spot, then you probably need at least 1 extra key to get down there from one of the other spots. Now, granted, we have three. We have 3 on Broger side and 4 on Futon side, but it does make for interesting dungeon logic. Has he not done this drop down yet?
I think not. It's
I guess not. I believe this is like the first thing Futon did.
Yeah.
That's cross keys for you. We also haven't found the back of Skullwoods yet, if I'm not mistaken, so...
I mean, this is kind of an entrance. You either do it in the first minute or you basically put off for a long time. I mean, the fire rod hasn't locked anything major yet, but it really
except
bugs
Misery Mire.
me.
No, it has. It's Misery Mire's behind the fire rod.
Yeah, but there was no item in.
No, you're right.
Except
No
the
items.
Thief Sound small key, so it hasn't really hurt him.
Yeah, if he
point,
as long as he remembers to go get it, he's fine. So you do need magic here. Like he can sequence break. Yeah, we just found Skullwoods. He can beat this dungeon using bomb jumps. It's actually a really easy setup, easy bomb jump for this one. Easier than the Ganon's Tower one.
You can just
magic to do it.
Yeah, there's magic in the next room, and if you use the lamp, you don't need as much.
Yeah, that's true. Is there 2 magic pots in the next room? That would probably be enough for the lamp. Maybe even 1 magic pot with half magic is enough for the lamp.
There's 2 in the next room as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
For the bomb jump, you can just align onto the wall and step over to the right, and this should be good.
Yeah, I would go hell. I always like to kill the Gibdos in this room if I'm gonna do this with just break out the ether. Oh, nice drop. But yeah, I like to kill the Gibdos first because you're already gonna have to be dealing with the Wallmaster coming down and possibly getting you at a bad time, and have to time that properly. But having to deal with the Gibdos on top of that, yeah, you don't want to do that.
So Futon now find Tower of Hera, which had the flippers. But he also has the hook shot.
Yeah, he's gonna finish this.
In Hera. He can get his crystal.
Yep. I like doing this when this is a crystal dungeon. I'm not sure I like this nearly as much if it's a pendant. Or if it's an unknown. If it's an unknown, you just do it. If it's a crystal dungeon, I think you just do it. If you know it's a pendant dungeon, I might wait. Because, there could be something in that big chest that you have to come back for. That would really suck.
Did you see the Mothula fight? Because it was so fast.
No, I didn't see it because it was so fast. Well done by Broger there.
I mean, if you, in Futon's case, if you don't have the Hera small key and the Hera big key, you could have a need to come back anyway. So just clear up the boss and get the item in the front.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's a crystal. You just do it, and shout outs to the 117 first crystal on Broger's side, and we'll have about a 118 over here on Futon's side.
Oh, what we just saw?
Again, not unusual in cross keys.
We just saw that Ice Palace was a pendant, so we have all our information.
So double hard required fire rod. Although to be fair, with Bombos nowhere in sight, it might have been required for Ice Palace had that been the crystal.
I mean, we can full clear Ice Palace at this point without minus the big chest. Well, and we don't have small keys, and it's a pendant.
Yeah, I mean,
no
Futon can do it. Yeah, I'm not going to Ice Palace with this loadout right now with it being a pendant. If it's a crystal, yeah, you just do it when you run out of other good stuff to do. But it's no longer good stuff. That's like you said, it's a pendant.
I mean, you either have only a fire source and go get the items you can get out of it, but if you have already a hammer, gloves, a fire rod, a nice sword for the fight, and
Yep.
basically everything, and you can logically clear it. Or
Yep. I am a
like-
little surprised that Futon hasn't gone back to Thieves Town. Actually, neither one has gone back to Thieves Town. Both with the big key. Futon a little more so because he doesn't have to worry about orphaning that big chest. But at this point, they're going to be running out of stuff to do fairly soon. So Beauregard choosing to do Thieves Town would make sense. He's instead going to jump into Turtle Rock. With 3 keys, he might just skip killing the Pokies, but he's got the Tempered Sword is not so bad. So let's see. We are missing quite a few big keys. We're seeing Desert Palace big. We don't care about. We hope we don't ever see a Skullwoods big because that's just annoying. But we do need a Turtle Rock big. We also hope to never see a Ganon's Tower big key because again, another annoying bunch of checks that opens up.
Yeah, we would need the bow for the climb, but
Yep.
yeah. It's
I mean,
5
we're gonna-
items in this
Yeah.
case behind the climb.
Yep. We need the bow anyway, but yeah, it's the only way I would ever sequence break mimic clipping up to climb is if it's a vanilla Ganon. So if you know you have to do it anyway, then you know. Ah, speaking of bows, we just found Hookshot Cave and there's a bow.
Well,
So
Brogo did see Hookshot Cave. He bonked to the first chest, but
yeah. So item-wise, Futon's just missing Cane of Samaria. And those keys that we mentioned.
yeah, big key wise, he needs a Turtle Rock big key.
Yep.
And
Desert.
a
Turtle
desert
Rock
big
and Desert.
key.
Yep.
So this is almost go mode, you could say.
Yeah, we're getting close.
And
Like I
Brogo's
said,
doing
those.
Spirey Cave now, so he will get
Yeah,
his
still get a
hookshot.
hookshot. That'll be good for him. Which means he can get that bow in Hookshot Cave, assuming he remembers where it is. Oh my god. Still hasn't picked up that fire rod that he is going to need.
Well, at least he's not happy about the hookshot there.
Yeah.
Could have had it an hour ago.
Yep.
And since... Well, he's going to the Hookshot Cave now. That's where Futon got out of the Hookshot Cave, at the cave in front of the pot area.
Yeah, so pod will be full clearable, including the boss, when the runners find it.
Yeah, it could be an entrance locked behind the mids. We haven't seen the mids yet. Well, so speaking of it, it's the Turtle Rock entrance, the Ice Palace entrance. We have a way for the Maya area, so that's nothing the mids are needed for, but it could be Hammer Pack's entrance. Could be mids locked.
Yeah, we are at that point that not finding the myths would be a good thing. It just opens up a whole bunch of stuff that could just lead you in the wrong direction.
Wait, we haven't seen the dam yet, right?
No, we have not seen the dam.
I mean, it's a pendant only, but
Yeah, it's another one you hope to never. Another thing you hope to never see because like keeps you out of Swamp Palace. You don't have to worry about it if you know you can't get in.
but Swamp Palace is 10 items. We have a hammer,
is?
we have a hookshot, flippers.
I mean, yeah, if you find
The
the dam,
small key
you
and
go
big
there,
key.
right? I mean, I still think you do like Thieves Town first because it's a crystal. But yeah, you absolutely go there if it's a very like you say, it's a very item dense area. So if you're still looking for stuff after doing the crystal dungeons, yeah, it's one of the first places I would go if I found the dam.
So Borgo's now going back in the Skullwoods area, but he's missing out on his fire rod at the Smith dropdown.
Okay, Futon heading over to the. Looks like it'll be a Catfish Zora play, I think, here. which would get him his tempered sword, so that'll be good for him. Oh, right, Brogar never got this item here.
It's the Maya big key, but
I mean, it's important, but yeah.
This could be good in a way that if he has all the items, it's an item and key go mode, he would only need the Misery Maya entrance, and then he just can speedrun all the left entrances there.
Yep. Okay, Futon's gonna get his tempered sword here. So the sword count will be even. But yeah, still really like to see someone go back to Thieves Town. Futon in particular, because we'll get to see all of it. It looks like Brogar may be doing it. Nope, it runs. I believe it was that entrance right there where you drop off the old man. So.
Yep.
And Futon looks like he wants to do more stuff in the Dark World because he's not saving and quitting. He's going to go ahead and it looks like he's walking back to his portal. And we get to see Hookshot Cave. Oh, right, there's a connector here, so he looks like he wants to follow.
Ooh, a big key. Oh, for Ice Palace.
We don't want no, we don't want the Ice Palace big key.
At least we want to see it before we go to Ice Palace.
Yeah, for sure.
Is he thinking about Ice Palace and something he would need to enter it?
yeah, that would be really good if he were to think about that. Okay, Thieves Town. Let's go. Let's see what's at Thieves Town. I know for Brogar's sake that he doesn't need that small key for anything.
I mean, what do we have left if we combine the two runners' information? It's not.
Not a lot. Yeah, I mean, mostly this Thieves Town, Ice Palace has items.
Yeah. That's it, right?
The mitts are probably in one of these two places, which of course would give us a bunch of stuff and possibly wild goose chases.
I mean, we would need the GT big key for the climb, so the bow doesn't really lead to something just now.
And we still haven't found Pod. I mean, I gotta admit, finding Pod after you have all the keys and the bow and the hammer, kind of nice. But still gotta find it somewhere. It may be behind the mitts. I mean, it might be like the one thing we need the mitts for. Like, it's not unusual to have a seed where the mitts just are in front of just one thing. So 10 arrows to start off with in the back of Thieves Town. Definitely not the value we're looking for.
And this could be a moment of truth, because Brogar is now in Thieves Town without the small key.
Yep.
So he's definitely opening the big chest.
Yeah, at some point you just do that. Meanwhile, where is Futon going?
Maybe to Turtle Rock? No. We can't do anything there.
Yeah, we've done the things we can do there. Oh, let's check this connector. No, wait, that's the back of the old man cave. Of the mountain start cave, I guess. Maybe a better way to put it. And it looks like it was just rupees there in the maiden's chest.
Maybe he just marked it as an unknown dark dark connector.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
There's a way you can determine which cave you're in. If you're holding up and you fall into a pit, then you're in the bad connector.
Yes.
If you hold up and nothing happens, you are in the old man upwards connector. And yeah, so there are some tricks to determine where you are.
Yeah, and if you hold up and you fall down, but it's not a hole, then you're in the old man rescue cave. Okay, Futon also in Thieves Town now, so we are going to get to find out what's in that big chest and whether or not Brogar is going to be missing that item.
Where was the small key?
I don't remember. I want to say it was somewhere south in the light world, but I don't recall. Maybe chat can help us out.
In Maya.
Oh, it's in Misery
Maya.
Mire. Ooh.
Right, behind the fire rod.
Ooh, fire rod. That's the thing that Futon did that Brogor did. Brogor, go get your fire rod. Go get it. Just and only come back here if the item's good, because you know, you can predict that. No, in all seriousness, I don't think he comes back to the Thieves Town Big Chest anytime soon.
Nope.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out what he's missing. Because he can't do Ice Palace with this loadout.
I think he's fire rod locked now.
Yeah?
Oh,
Okay, maybe he's remembering?
3's right.
He's going the right direction. Oh, he's got the hammer out. This is it. He's gonna go get his fire rod. Oh my god.
Those breaks are always a good time to carefully check the tracker and oh damn, I marked something there.
Yeah.
Oh, could have had this an hour ago. Oh.
Should have had this in there. And really, it hasn't hurt him until this moment. And we're gonna see in just a second, does it hurt him here?
Oh.
The question is, does he go back? Does he go check that entrance out, or does he
Moment of truth.
go to Ice Palace? Oh no, we still don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. To be determined with a shovel. Oh, it's so gross. Yeah, I must say we know exactly as much as before, and you are correct. We know exactly as much as we knew before.
And now put all the fetch quest items behind that shovel. The mushroom, the powder, the...
Oh, that'd be so
That's
gross.
basically it.
Yeah, we already have the book, so... Okay, Broger gonna go ahead and follow the fire rod to the entrance. Knows where Ice Palace is. I'm guessing would do Ice Palace if Ice Palace were a pendant. Sorry, if it were a crystal, it is a pendant. That's why we don't want to do it.
I mean, he does have the big key.
Yeah. Utan, on the other hand, maybe just goes and does Ice Palace right now.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta go get the key.
Wait.
No, oh, did you grab the key there?
But he opened the other one.
Okay, so he wants to go
He
this way.
definitely went the other way.
Okay.
He save and quit after the pinball key. Okay, he's not.
Yeah, because he's got 7 out of 8, so he doesn't have the last key, and he did grab the one in the pinball room already. Because the one he's missing is, of course, Skullwood's big key. Big kid, nothing interesting. Okay, and we're in Misery Mire for Brogor. Unfortunately, all he's gonna get out of this is a Thieves Town small key.
Yeah, this will hurt him. I mean, he would think, oh no, I just went to Thieves Town.
I
and now I
know,
get the
right?
small key."
Exactly. Yep. Yep. What I'd be thinking. Futon, not showing us the shovel right away. Come on, Futon.
I mean, if he doesn't have anything else left, then he could just go right away back into Thieves Town and lose like 1.5 minutes to go get his shovel.
Yeah, I gotta believe he's gonna go to Ice Palace first.
Yes. But if there's, let's say, mids behind the shovel, and this is our progression, and there's nothing in ice, I can see him go back.
Yeah, there it is. There's those rage slashes. Not happy about that Thieves Town small key. Come on, Futon, you gotta show us the shovel. He's got other stuff to do. Yeah, he hasn't checked the ether tab. And in all fairness, you want to do all the stuff that you've left on the mountain before you leave. Yeah, got that flute out. Fluting to 4. And not going. Have we seen Bombo's tablet?
I think yes. I would say yes on Broger's side.
I wonder if this is where Futon's going. Yep, this is Bombos. If I can't remember it being done, then it probably wasn't anything useful. That's usually how that works. And it was nothing useful. It's a map.
Again, it's our map. No, Ice Palace map.
Ice Palace map.
Yeah, Broger did it because we knew it from his map check.
Yep, that makes sense. So I'm feeling like there's not anything left but Ice Palace
Ice Palace and Shovel.
and Shovel. Yeah, it looks like this route will take him to the Shovel and to Ice Palace. He can mirror up there if he wants to, or he could run right by it.
I mean, if it's Ice Palace, Futon still has a lead, I would say. But if it's behind the Shovel, Futon has a much bigger lead.
Yeah. I mean, it could be things in both. Well, he wants to check this connector too. This is the dark connector I refuse to do without a lamp. Too many pits.
So this is Ice Palace for Broger now. Because it was at Mini Moldam's cave.
Mm.
And if it's in ice, maybe Broger has a lead now. I don't know. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I mean, if it is an ice and it's not on the Shovel, so Broger never has to go back to Thieves Town. Again, could be both. Could be like one of the big keys sitting there in the Shovel spot, and then the mitts are sitting here in Ice Palace. That would be worst case scenario for Broger. If it's like one of the key, let's say this is Turtle Rock big key, like he can go finish Turtle Rock pretty easily. But then it would be, again, most likely locked out of... Well, actually, I wouldn't even get him anything because we don't have Canis Maria, so... So that kind of scenario would be fine for him.
Yeah, there's no real lead before you are in go mode.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, right now I couldn't even say who has the advantage. But yeah, we're definitely still not at a point where we can talk about leads.
Worst case could also be Zumaria behind Shovel, because Broger's doing Ice Palace now without the Icebreaker.
Yeah, that'd be a bad one. Honestly, right there for Futon, that's a reason not to rush ice. Do some of these checks it looks like he hasn't done.
That's a nice bomb jump.
Yep, always good to keep that in practice.
In the age of Icebreaker.
Yeah, you still need to be able to do that bomb jump for when the Canis Mario is hiding in Ice Palace.
We're not having Ice Palace small keys.
Yeah, you can do everything without the Ice Palace small keys, it's just harder. Especially with the hook shot. And we are going to ice on Futon's side.
At least both runners have the same loadout for Ice Palace, so both of them have the big key.
Okay, he left for a second. I thought maybe he was rethinking because he doesn't have enough magic. Maybe he would go refill that magic, or maybe realize he's got that other possibility. But does walk right back in. So yeah, and also remember to pull that tongue.
Broger still hasn't got a bottle, I think. I saw the sick kit check on Futon's side, which only had 10 bombs.
Yeah, I didn't see where Futon got his bottle, but...
And there
are the mitts! Okay. That's gonna open up a ton of stuff.
Well, a
Um,
ton. It's just Ice
I mean,
Palace and
compared
Turtle
to
Rock,
what
right?
we have, I mean, yeah, Ice Palace entrance, Turtle Rock entrance,
And Hammer
Hammer
Pegs entrance.
Pegs entrance, Smith Chain.
Oh, right, right,
I mean, compared to what we had. Oh no,
right.
Cannon's Tower
Ooh!
50. No, no, we
That's a
don't want
bait.
that. We don't want that.
5 items behind the climb. And the
Yep.
one nice check in the basement, which could be worst case scenario for the Zumaria.
Yeah, it's you know, without Samaria, it's such a terrible place to go.
I mean, both runners did ice armors already.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want
Going
to.
the left side only for the big chest is.
Yeah, I mean, even with Samara going all the way through the right side, but at least you're going halfway.
Well, Brogos thinking about the Ice Palace entrance behind the mids.
You're
I did
right there.
forget it.
Yes, it's the first one you go to. You're right here.
I did forget it against Andy though.
Oh no!
Almost burned me. Almost.
Oh no, it's the dam that just opened Swamp Palace.
Oh boy, another pendant with 10 items just opened up.
All we need is an Eastern Palace big key. And Petal be in logic. Isn't that fun? I'm sure Chad will love that. It will be interesting to see if Futon also decides to leave
Oh, he did
Ice
not.
Palace that finishing.
Brogo did not check the pedestal.
Is he heading that way? Yeah, he had the opportunity. He had actually a really good opportunity too when he found Misery Mire.
So the mids basically give us a nicer Dark World access. We can just lift up this level 2 rock.
And headed right into Swamp. I like the Swamp play. I would have checked the dam item first. Did he check the dam item?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
I would have checked Hammer Pegs and Turtle Rock first, because I want to go to the Crystal Dungeon.
Yeah. I mean, this is 10 items though. Oh no. Oh
Hera
no.
smaller key.
No, game, please. Just stop giving us the bad items.
I mean, Brogo just did 2 checks in Hera. Because he didn't have hookshot when he was there.
Yep.
So, I don't know. He's more inclined in checking Hera again.
Yeah, absolutely. You could do everything but the big chest. Just everything with the big chest now. But even with that, no one wants to do Hera basement. It would just be more convenient for him since he already has to go back there.
Okay, 1 hour 42 minutes in. What do we need for go mode? We would need the Zumaria, the big keys to Desert Palace and Turtle Rock, and we would need the Palace of Darkness entrance.
Yep.
So 1 entrance and 3 items. And for all we know, Palace of Darkness could be behind Quake in the Misery Mire entrance.
But you do make a good point about checking the entrances first before heading into Swamp Palace. Because the only entrance we can't get to is that Quake-locked entrance in Mire. We can get everywhere else now with those mitts.
And Broger is skipping left side for now.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, I'm more inclined to do left side first in a Kisani mode, but, you know, we're also... Oh, hey, there's a bottle for him. On the other hand, you know, there's more items in the back that are... More items per second in the back, so... Utan's just gonna go ahead and finish Ice Palace right now.
Oh, Broger didn't. Oh.
Yeah. I could defend either. Like, if it ends up being Ped, Futon is in good shape. If there's an item here, Futon's in good shape. But it is only one item. Just don't die, please. Don't know what's in his bottle. No, the item's
Just the 20
useless.
rupees.
So unless Ped is a thing, it won't matter that Brogar didn't do this. Like I said, we still need an Eastern Palace big key to even put Ped in logic. And there goes Argus.
And a big
And
key.
it's a big key. Oh no, no, game, please, no. Okay, so Ped's in logic now.
So you were talking about pedestal.
I was. I'm sure chat loves this.
This is only 2 items open up. Plus pedestal. Ugh.
And he's not going back for left side. So I'm gonna bank on that being nothing.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to find pot first. He can always come back.
Yep.
So Futon found his dam. Maybe
See
he's
where
checking the
He-Flutes do.
dam item first. Yes, he is. It's money.
Which we don't need.
I mean, in cross keys, often at the time we actually do fight the bosses, we have the loadout we don't need bottles for. So yeah, and unless we find any small keys, the Ice Palace boss is locked behind the Cane of Samaria, which is chat is pointing out. That's correct. So logically, we need Ice Palace.
I would say at this point, because the myths showed up in Ice Palace, those small keys are going to be available. And so I wouldn't draw any conclusions about Kane not being able to be on pedestal. If it was, I guess, if you had the small key on Cold Stare or something like that, then that would be different. Or if, like, if we were still looking for so much stuff. Okay, there's a location behind Hammer Pigs. I didn't... Oh, the Mirror Shield. Oh, okay, yep. Mirror Shield.
Well,
I mean,
we
if you ever
haven't
find
seen,
Laser Bridge, it'll be nice to have.
We haven't seen Laser Bridge yet.
We have not seen Laser Bridge yet. Futon's still not showing us that shovel. Okay, Futon gonna turn the Smith in. A little sad. The Smith's kind of fun in cross keys because he'll follow you into a lot of different places, including into dungeons, and will only disappear if the dungeon's a crystal when you beat it.
I think
Brogar following this connector, but he's seen this side. I know he's seen this side of it. So
yeah, he just wants to go faster to Turtle Rock.
that makes a lot of sense.
So this is basically the second last entrance in the game, right? No, we have a Red Bomb, but we can't open Red Bomb without Misery Maya, without the Cane of Samaria.
Yep. And Quake might end up being needed for that Misery Mire entrance. Or everything could be on the Ganon's Tower climb. And we still have left side swamp. And we still have that shovel. Maybe, Futon, you can show us that shovel, please?
Oh, this is
there
the
it is!
shovel.
Let's see, there it is. Okay, so that entrance ain't it. Just a compass. That's so boring. Come on, game. Well, that's good for Brogork, and if he never, because I would suspect will last location, that Thieves Town, big chest. And we do have purple chest. Let's see
So
if
where is
Futon
Pillars
chooses
of
to grab it.
Darkness? Is it behind Red
Misery
Orb or behind
Mire, or
Quake?
yeah, it's one of the two.
We've not seen Purple Chest yet, so maybe Purple Chest or one of the runners will have to make the call and do the climb.
Getting close to that. Futon hasn't done Swamp, he might go back to it. Broger probably doesn't go back to left side before doing the climb. Oh, there's
Ooh.
Samaria! Okay, so now we have right side GT available as well.
Now a lot of things opened up.
So Ice Palace required for those mitts. Dead Rock's not playing nice because they're Dead Rocks and annoying and they like to ruin our day.
But I think Brogo is just following up.
Yeah, I think he's about to get that cane.
He did check on Hammer Pack, so it's just the purple box.
Yeah, so Broger's ahead, a Swamp Palace, mostly clear.
But there was only the Eastern Palace big key.
Yeah, there's only the Eastern Palace big key, so unless that Eastern Palace big key is required for either the 2 items left in Eastern or for Ped, that's not going to help Broger that much. Now, Futon might still go into Swamp Palace. Like, do you go, at this point, you have Swamp, you have, I mean, I think you do this other stuff. You've got stuff in Turtle Rock, you've got Mire you can clear. I would definitely do the Gaines Tower basement, the right side, before doing the climb.
Yeah, I'd say you start with a Turtle Rock, so you can go to the laser bridge, defeat Trinex, and after that you can basically stay in GT until you find progression.
You can't actually get to Laser Bridge or defeat Trinex without the big key. Unless we find the Laser Bridge entrance, which... Gosh, that Laser Bridge entrance? Because we've got 3 entrances left. But one of them is that desert entrance, the one that you can't get to. Which you have to get to from a connector. That's Laser Bridge.
That's gotta be Laser Bridge.
Because the other 2 can't be there. Because you gotta be able to actually get to do it from somewhere. Now, Broger says, yep, I'm just gonna do a Misery Mire right now, and we'll see if Futon follows up.
Oh, so Brogo is finishing up Misery Mire now.
Yeah, I like the call to just, you have this dungeon, it's never gonna get any better, just do it.
And you do have the other 5/6 crystal, and maybe he's banking on Palace of Darkness being behind. Oh, the mushroom
on... Oh, no! No! Oh, that's so bad. Mushroom on Ped, so...
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we have no idea if that's required or not. Oh,
thanks, game.
I mean, at least if it was the powder, we could hope to find the mushroom to fake powder, but...
And again.
So bad. And Futon will be less concerned, probably, if he checks this, only because he doesn't have the Eastern Big Key to actually put it in logic. Like, if you... unless it does end up being Ped or behind the Eastern Palace Big Key, you're just better off never getting it.
So, Brogo still has to do Tower of Hera at one point.
Right, totally forgot he hasn't done that yet. Which technically still isn't in logic, because we still haven't seen the Hera Big Key.
Yeah, but in the age of hookshot, we don't need...
We ignore that.
There, in entrance modes, when you have the hookshot, this big chest is basically a fetch quest item, like Skullwood's big chest.
Yep. But yeah, that Eastern Big Key makes that Eastern Big Key kind of interesting in that it actually locks 4 items. Because it locks Eastern Big Chest, it locks Armos Knights, and then both Ped and Green Pendant behind it.
Oh no.
It's so bad. And Ped being the mushroom, so it's really not so much Ped, but the mushroom spot.
How much bait do you want? Yes.
Brogo breaking out the cape for this fight. I like that.
safe and easy for a quick kill.
We'll switch to arrows. Just a heart piece. We do get another crystal.
Yeah, and Futon's following right up.
Futon can do NMG strats and not going to turn that cape on right away. All right, got past the first round. And where was that powder that Broker has that Futon doesn't?
Ooh, I don't know.
I'm just curious because, you know, if they do the Ganon's Tower climb, we're pretty certain the magic bat's behind it. It does make the climb a little more enticing. Oh, okay, it's in swamp.
Swamp.
Thanks, chat. Okay, grabbing the big bomb makes a lot of sense. We'll see what Futon does.
Okay,
This could be pod.
The only last accessible entrance for now.
Well, this will tell us whether pod is here or behind Quake. So we'll know in just a second whether we need Quake.
Yeah, Futon's also grabbing the red bomb. I mean, if the rest of the items are behind this chain of events, then we have a pretty close race.
Yep. And if this is pod, it could come down to how they route it. Yes, now, I think if this were pod, I think I just go beat Helma and then I go back in for items. And it is pod, okay. Like, we're at 50-50 at this point.
So, what do we need? We have the last entrance we need, so we only need Desert Palace Big Key and Turtle Rock Big Key.
Yep.
And Palace of Darkness has 14 items for us.
Yep. And what locations do we have left? We have left side swamp that we haven't seen. Now we've all these items here in pod.
The climb.
Of course, between the climb, the GT climb, and the GT right side, and the GT big chest. Hera big chest if the Hera big key ever decides to show up. And of course, back Eastern into pedestal and green pendant. So, kind of a lot of bad. Oh, there's a big key. Desert big key. Okay, so now we're down to one big key.
One go mode item.
Oh. No. Okay. Well, I mean, we knew it had to show up at some point. So Hera big key behind finding pod, which is behind Meyer, which is behind purple chest, and behind 6 pod smalls. That's pretty crazy. We have, you know, it's funny. We were picking up pod smalls left and right, and now we've been stuck at the 5th one for a long time.
I think he did realize that he's only missing one item for go mode, so he decides to go to Helma right away.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, he can go and do the rest of this later, and come right back in. It's not that bad.
And let's see, if Turtle Rock Big Key is behind the Hera Big Chest, I think Futon would do Swamp first, because it's 10 items.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or climb, you know, or the Garen's Tower cleanup, or, you know, like any number of things. There's a lot of things you're gonna do before you're gonna go back for one item in Hera. But if the answer is left side swamp, Futon's gonna be more incentivized to do it because he's cleared more stuff. Okay, right side, pod has nothing. We didn't see this on Bogar's side yet. We probably will see it after he kills Helma, unless Helma has the big key we're missing.
I mean, we're also missing out on the Skullwood's big key.
Yeah, good. Yeah, we are. We hope to continue to be missing on the skull. It's big key.
Then Broga would have made a 4th trip to the Skullwoods area.
It's so bad.
But I mean, being around the 2-hour mark and only needing 1 item for go mode is still a rather quick seed, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, this seed certainly has had its share of trolliness, but I always say that with cross keys, they all have their share of trolliness. It's more notable when they don't than when they do. I've seen a couple of seeds that are just over the top, but mostly it's kind of like this, where a lot of bad logic change, a lot of double dips.
Oh yeah, imagine you go really quick to Ice Palace with the Fire Rod. You could have had it around 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you would have had pretty early mids. Oh.
Oh, yeah, he's setting up the hammer jump.
Did Rogo do the... Wait. Okay, right. He's doing Desert Palace first.
Yes. And that makes a lot of sense. Just, yeah, do it first.
Because if it's
He's
here, he
right
can skip
there.
out on all the back of Palace of Darkness. Or at least the Dark Maze.
Don't think he did the right side either, so he probably does that too.
Oh,
Small
right.
key to Castle Tower, which we really don't need. The single arrow, which we also really don't need. Everybody's favorite meme item, though. And a heart container, which, with 15 hearts, we also don't need.
So, do we know where Tower of Hera was? I think it was Ice Rod Cave under the rock. So, Broga could leave his portal up here and finish out on Tower of Hera and then come back for the items
Good.
import. Oh, nice Lemola's fight. And just a small key for Ice Palace.
Small key nice.
Oh boy, Palace is in logic.
Oh, he's gonna check the big chest. It's right here. That's really smart.
So Broga still has around 6 or 7 items left in pot. Broga still has all of Tower of Hera, or like 4 items. Whew.
Yeah, these big keys can basically be anywhere too. We now have access with the Canis of Mario. Could be front of Turtle Rock too. It'd be just sitting there in one of those first 3 checks that we haven't been able to get to without the Canis of Mario.
I mean, Futon has the advantage of already beaten Tower of Hera.
Yep. But a huge disadvantage happens if either of those checks that we haven't seen there in Hera turn out to be the TR big key.
It's really nice that Broga can basically do one pod trip now to clean up all the things he left.
Yep.
He can do the front, go over the right side, and after that he can just hammer jump to the last 3 items there. So, where's Futon going now? Is he going Swamp?
Desert.
Oh, right.
No, he's got to finish Desert first. And then it's just, I think your choices, if you're Futon, are Swamp and GT. You gotta do one of those two.
Where would you go first?
Um, swamp, it's the same number of items, or close to, because let's see, because GT is 4 plus 4 in the climb is 8 plus 1 behind, plus if you want to do the big chest, so that's 10. That's the same number as swamp, essentially.
And if you go swamp without left side, it's rather fast, and you could just stay in GT when it's not on the right side and hasn't showed up.
It's a hard call to make when you already know that swamp has nothing but badness in that eastern big key. I might do GT in the hopes that the basement just gives me the answer, because that's the quickest of the choices. But then if it's not in that basement, then you have a hard decision to make. Do you climb at that point, or do you go back to swamp?
And if you go back to swamp, do you do left side swamp? And yeah.
Yep. Also, TR front is 3 items. Could be there. I might do that too.
Oh yeah, we have all the Turtle Rock small keys. Oh boy, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just looking for one item, you can always go to the place where you need this item.
Yep. Now, Brogor, having already done large portions of swamp, he does Hera here. You know, that's the easy answer. But then after Hera, does he do climb? Does he go? He probably doesn't do left side swamp. Does he climb? Does he do TR? Okay, so we're gonna have a couple moment of truths here.
I would be surprised if he does basement first.
Oh no, you don't do basement hit first here. No way.
It could be just on the boss.
You have 3 checks that are pretty quick versus 1 check that's really, really slow.
So Fujon's going back to GT? No, he's jumped away.
He's doing Turtle Rock, I think.
Yeah, Turtle Rock. Oh, it's not in the big chest in Hera.
Okay, so we did take a little break and watch what's on Broger, so I watch what's going on Futon's side until Broger's done with his coffee break and checks the other basement item.
So I would say at this point, whoever finds Turtle Rock big key first will be in the lead. Oh, that's big key. Skyward.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I mean, following the usual cross keys meme that
you always find all the other big keys.
Yep, when there's a big key for your go mode, all the other ones show up first.
But it could still be here or up in the laser bridge.
Blue bottle's a nice safety, but it's not the answer.
And does Broger do the basement now?
I think you have to. Okay, where are you headed? Oh, this looks like GT.
GT, yeah.
Yeah, the question in the chat, we did see Floating Island, I'm pretty certain. The one we have not seen is the Bad Desert entrance. So relatively certain that that's going to be Turtle Rock Laser Bridge. Which means you're going to have to go through Turtle Rock once you get the big key. Oh, saying Desert Palace East was. See, I don't remember seeing Desert Palace East. Okay, we are going to start with Tile Room here. I didn't even count Tile Room. We have seen Ganon's Tower. That was an entrance that we popped out of at one point.
Both runners in a Tile Room at the
same
time. I know,
right? And it's just money. So Futon probably never gets back there. And that's fine. So Brogar, they both have 1 check that's super, super bad that they'll never go back to. Futon having those Hera checks, which is like AS2, almost doesn't help. Brogor has Thieves Town Big Chest. He's never going back to that either. Like those are the runners' last locations, respectively, and we know that there's nothing there, so they'll never get there.
The thing is with fetch quest items behind those last location checks, for example, the shovel in the big chest in Thieves Town, it costs the runner who does it even more
Yeah.
time if he
Yep.
checks both of them. But now we see the right side of GT. The boomerang, rupee, small key.
Key to there's our last pod small.
Oh, it's not on the right side.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go check the big chest, which makes sense because you're never gonna be back here. The difficult part for Futon doesn't have the powder, so he's not gonna be able to do that last check. I still think you kill Agatu if you get that far. If he even climbs, he might choose not to.
So, and I think Brogor is also checking on GT.
Yeah, having Ori done Swamp, that makes sense for Brogor.
He doesn't want to go to the laser bridge though. Silver arrows in the big
Silvers
chest.
is nice. I mean, no one's turning those down.
And that's the climb. He's
It
doing
is
the
the
climb
climb.
over Swamp Palace. Oh, Brogor. He was thinking about it. But wait, he's got the right side.
Yeah, he's doing right side first as well. We'll see if he also checks the big chest.
There's still so many things one runner could do which the other couldn't. Like if it's behind the climb, if it's behind the powder, Brogor can check it.
Can and will. Well, I mean, if he climbs, we don't know he's gonna. I feel like for him, it's more likely that he climbs because he's done Swamp. If it doesn't end up being on the climb, Futon has to go to Swamp Palace next, I figure. And then it becomes, if it's left side, then Futon just wins. If it does turn out to be that mushroom that's sitting behind Ped, it's pretty even because Brogor didn't kill Cold Stare. He's got to go back to that. And then, of course, they both would then have to finish Eastern. And Futon's in a position where I think if he finishes Swamp Palace, including left side, and doesn't get the answer, he's going to get that Eastern Palace big key, and his best play at that point is to just go to Eastern Palace and blind pull Ped.
Yep, and if it's in the climb, Brogor is ahead. And no, sorry, if it's in the climb, Futon is ahead.
Yep.
But
No,
if
unless
it's
it's
not
bat.
in the climb, yeah. It could still be in favor for Futon if it's left side swamp or or on pedestal.
Yeah, the Ped play is so goofy because Brogor having not finished Cold Stare. And like I said earlier, that Eastern Palace big key with 4 items behind it. Big chest, Armos Knights, Ped, and Green Pendant. A futon in the torches room. The first torches room. Nice to have half magic up here. Okay, here we go. Start seeing some items. Small key to ice. Ugh. Rupees. We don't need more money. More
More
rupees that we
rupees.
don't need? Come on, game.
I mean, it's a little bit. It would be funny if it were left side swamp because, especially our team got burned by left side swamp
Oh, yeah.
a lot this
No,
this league
oh my,
season.
oh, Futon's not gonna kill Aga. I don't like that decision. I understand you don't have powder. But if it is there, like if it's there, you just lose. I mean, powder's gonna show up somewhere, and you know this way you can just go do it as soon as you get it. So that's Burger's biggest victory condition is keys on powder.
I like that there are so many different victory conditions
I
right
know,
now.
right?
If it's
And some
there,
of them we
huge
just can't
lead.
tell.
There's like at least six different spots where.
Yeah, I think this right here for Futon is going to be big chest into pet check.
And whoever finds Turtle Rock Big Key first will be in a huge lead.
Yep. That's
Oh.
not it. That's not a big key.
So, is it left side swamp? But first, pet check. What would it say if it were big key? A big key to the turtle? I don't know.
Yeah, something. The turtle is the turtle. Yeah.
All right, we saw the pet check, so I'm
Yep.
stupid.
Fun guy. Yeah. Fun guy. Fun guy. We saw that. I mean, Futon's got to go swamp now. Like that's. This is the okay. So where was swamp again? I didn't want to ever come back here.
Yeah, but only missing one item. You could make the play and go to the back first.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters whether you go to the back first or not. I think you're gonna do left side, regardless. I mean, as far as Futon knows, Ped's not in logic because he doesn't have the Eastern Big Key.
Speaking of logic, the sword in Zelda's Cell is now in logic.
Yep, that's right.
After
That
the
Hyrule Castle small key.
So what's left for Broger? It's
Left side
Stair,
swamp. Yeah,
the
Cold Star,
left
left
side
side swamp, and Thieves Town Big Chest.
Leave some big chest, green pendant, 2 items in Eastern Palace,
Yep, he can go straight to Eastern.
the mushroom on pedestal.
I guess he. I mean, wouldn't you just go Eastern here? I mean, he has to do. Oh, but he still has to do Cold Stare if he wants to pull Ped, so that's like less of a.
But it's
This is
3
where,
items.
yeah. Oh my, it's still 3 items for him though.
I would say Eastern, then Ice Palace boss. Oh, but it's
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
this can't feel good.
No, for either runner. Okay, so another moment of truth coming up. Is it on the magic bat?
This is one win condition right here. Nope.
Nope. So Futon was right to go ahead and mirror out of there. I said earlier that the Hera items would be his last location. I'd say that's his last location now. 'Cause doing the climb all over again just to check the powder. And this is where he's like, God damn it, the powder shows up now. And he is doing left side first, so this is going to get interesting for a second.
Oh boy.
And we are going to see diver down strats. Broger's probably going to check that big chest first in Skullwoods, I suspect. And I'm not sure what the next play for him is.
Probably the laser
Left
bridge.
side. Oh. Well, we still haven't found Laser Bridge.
Yeah, if it's behind desert. Oh right, we can't get to it. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. If it's that desert roadside.
I keep forgetting this. We can't get past the.
I mean, there's
big
nothing
chest
on.
after
Yeah. There's nothing on Laser Bridge. It would seem.
So it's gotta be eastern or pedestal if it's not left side swamp.
Yeah, it's behind that eastern big key, or it's gonna be right here in left side swamp.
Uh-oh. The seed is closing out, guys.
Yeah, it sure is. We're running out of places to go. Like I said, each runner having a bad spot that they've skipped. Broger with the Thieves Town, big chest,
It's
futon.
not left side swamp.
Hera, big chest, and Hera basement.
It's
Not left side at all. Oh my god. Eastern
Where is
Palace.
it?
It's behind the eastern big key. I think that's all we have. Is like correct me if I'm wrong.
Where was eastern? Was it right here? Yep.
Yep. So yeah, if now we're at a point where if it's Ped, Futon wins because he's already done Cold Stare. If it's any of the other things behind the Eastern Palace big key,
Is it though? Because Broger can go icebreaker, go back to cold stare. I don't know.
yeah,
Could be really, really close.
that could I mean, I am not one to root for Ped seeds, but I think that gets us the closest race.
Because if it's in Eastern, Broger has a huge lead.
Okay, so to the statement that Quake can lead to Laser Bridge, the reason why that's not true is that East Desert entrance has to be a connector, and unless we've missed a connector somewhere, which is possible, that has to be Laser Bridge because the only one we're sure that's left.
Yeah, where is this Quake? I mean,
Yeah, that's actually a really good question.
we've seen everything.
Now, the big key that we're looking for could be behind Quake on the mushroom behind Ped. So, like that's probably your worst logic chain at this point. But yeah, Broger will finish Armos Knights. We'll turn in the green pendant, and then do Cold Stare if he's still missing the big key. Futon is going to go to Eastern after finding this Eastern big key. And be able to go straight to pulling Pad after. Oh, it's not Armos Knights!
Not Eastern.
I mean, it could be green pendant. Could be green pendant.
Oh boy, what a seed.
I mean, if you're Brogar, you gotta check that green pendant before you go back into Ice Palace, right? Or not? Where was Saha?
I don't know. But he surely is going there first.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. I always find it a lot easier to remember where all these things are when I'm playing.
No, it was not K45.
No, it was definitely not K45. K45 is a connector of some sorts, if I remember correctly.
Oh, it was Maze Race left, I think.
Oh, that sounds right. That is where he's headed, so.
Well, if it's Pet, Futon could be in a huge lead, right?
Oh yeah, because Brogar still needs to finish Cold Stare. But if it's Green Pendant, Brogar's about to get it.
So it's 50-50 now.
Oh,
so it's gotta be Pet, right?
I mean, yeah, and reminder everybody, when we say Ped, what we mean is mushroom on Ped for the item, so. Oh, he's doing Thieves Town before he's going to finish Cold Stare. No, Brogar, no.
Oh no.
Yeah, Futon's not going to do his Hera check before this because he will be able to just pull Ped.
So basically, Futon's ahead in any case just now, right?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, unless he pulls a fast one on us and does go to Hera, but...
I mean, only things Brogo has left is Thief Storm Big Chest and Cold Stare for the pedestal.
Yep.
And Futon only has pedestal and Green Pendant now.
And Hera.
Oh, right.
He's got 2 items in Hera, but, like...
Ooh.
Hera takes time, and pulling Ped and turning in Green Pendant don't take nearly that kind of time. And it wouldn't surprise me if he does Ped first. Yeah, and that Flute to 3 says he's going Ped first.
Oh, that's so mean. I mean, if it's Ped and you know it, like, half an hour ago, you can just go mode everything.
Yep.
But this way...
But with it, yeah, the mushroom, yeah, I guess mushroom is such a bad item for Ped. Mushroom and shovel, powder, all those items, and Broker gets another fetch quest with that shovel, which is nothing. And if I remember correctly, the potion stop was in a really good spot.
It was in Kakariko.
Yeah. So I have no doubt that Futon's going to immediately follow that mushroom, just like Broker is immediately following that shovel. The correct plays. In terms of what they have done. And Futon doing the thing we all do in cross keys and forgetting you just flute away here because, doing the muscle memory of, okay, we're going to go turn in the mushroom, leave the screen, come back to the screen. It's not how that works here. Oh, and there it is!
There it is.
Oh, wow. Oh,
behind
wow.
the mushroom
That's
on pedestal.
so ugly. Okay, now Futon needs to figure out where the best entrance to TR is because the laser bridge one is just not available. Broger needs to finish Cold Stare before he can do all this. So yeah, this is quite the lead for Futon now. I don't see him giving up this lead at this point. Yeah, I talk about all cross keys are trolly in their own way. This one definitely is up there on the worst ones. It's not the worst one I've seen, but definitely up there. I mean, really, if the Turtle Rock key had been anywhere else, then I wouldn't put it there. But then to put your Go Mode big key behind a mushroom at Ped, that's so wrong.
Yep, and he doesn't have to open any more chests. We're in Go Mode.
Nope. Just go right down to the end.
I mean, at this point, this gotta be the gold sword, but I mean...
Yeah, Gold Sword is really... I think Gold Sword is a really nice item to have. But you don't go your way. Like, if he was on Master Sword, then yeah, you check stuff. But we've been everywhere. I'm actually really surprised we haven't run into that Gold Sword.
I mean, one of the swords was in Logic after the GT climb, so...
Yep. Yeah, so, I mean, most likely the sword we're missing, the Quake we're missing, are somewhere in Turtle Rock. Could be Laser Bridge. Big Chest and Crystal Royal Room also left unchecked. So in the end, a lot of this came down to Futon's decision to just kill Cold Stare when he was there the first time. And Broker noped out of Ice Palace.
And then he had to stick with it and follow the green pendant first
and
go back to Thief's Town. Because it was a 50-50. Either he does Cold Stare, go to the pedestal, get the mushroom, fly to the potion shop, turn it in, go to the real potion shop.
There,
Thief's Town big chest is the faster location, the faster check.
Cana Burna. Yeah, we didn't have that either, did we? So presumably Quake and Gold Sword or somewhere else in Turtle Rock. We'll never know where.
It was a 20% chance that we have a sword on Trinex. Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
that sounds about right. Now we just gotta head towards Ganon. And of course Ganon's in the spot that's hardest to flute to.
So we see the pedestal pull on the same screen as the Ganon drop on Futon's side. Yeah, cross keys often turns out to be a full clear, and whoever can full clear the seat a little faster wins.
Yep. A little faster, a little more efficient. Futon did manage to skip a few. Actually, in both runners, Broger never did left side swamp. Futon never got back to Hera.
Futon
And did not
doesn't
do
wanna
the
use
magic
his
bat.
cape for the best spot on the second phase.
I mean, he's got it. He does. Magic shouldn't be an issue. He should have a blue potion that both runners, I believe, picked up.
A blue potion, silver arrows for the last phase, so
Yep.
just burn your magic, it's fine.
It's fine. You're fine. And yeah, like I said earlier, your go modes in these modes are super, super quick. So once you find that last item, the game ends very quickly.
I mean, basically every potion you take to the credit screen is a wasted bottle.
Yep.
So that's a double. We need one more silver arrow, and we're done. That was a silverless hit.
Always fun when you get one of those cape slashes.
And that's the pig.
Keep putting those GGs in chat. Futon gonna finish up and win with an official race time of 2:31:31. GGs to Futon.
Yeah, so GG's Futon. We split the cross keys points this week between PugTrio and TanwirFarid Allstars from Germany. One win for each team.
Yeah, I think splitting is going to be fairly common. This mode can be just very volatile in terms of just who wins these. You know, there are a handful of really good cross keys players out there. You know, the wall kicks, the Zelgas, you know, those kind of players. And then there's the rest of us that are, you know, we muddle through and do our best. You know. All right, and Futon joining us. So, yeah. So the biggest thing, and I'll have to ask you what your thoughts were when you did this. The fact that you killed Cold Store the first time you went there. Also, GG's.
GG's Futon.
Thank you. Yeah, that was I don't like skipping things in cross keys at all because there's just so many different ways that it could end up being. Oh, by the way, you're gonna last location something, like how
Yep.
it felt on this one. So it's like I don't like to skip stuff. I almost mirrored at the mids. I stared at I started the menu for it. And I was like, no, that's a bad idea. There's probably MITS was only like 2 or 3 entrances and some items, and I didn't think much of it, so I didn't want to try it. So I figured I'd go all the way through it just in case. It looked like a mistake at the time. Well, it wasn't a mistake because I almost skipped the Thieves Town big, but it looked like killing Cold Stare was a mistake to me for a while, and I was getting a little worried because as I was full clearing almost everything, I started to think I was behind because I know a lot of racers like to skip some things here and there. So it was a bit frightening. And then as the seed continues, it's just like more and more stress as you get little things that are a bit annoying, like Hera stuff. And
And speaking
Yeah.
of skipping stuff, how did you feel when you find the mushroom? One thing you did skip was Aga 2 and the mushroom drop down. Powder drop down, I mean.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
just to find the powder in the next check.
Yeah, I finished the last check after Moldorm 2, and I mirrored. And as I'm mirroring, I look over at my tracker and I see the little green dot on the pyramid. And I was like, oh, that was the bat. That's not a good thing. Then I started just like repeating to myself, powder's nothing. Don't worry about it. Powder's nothing. Just keep playing. It's if you lose to that, you lose to that. Move on.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to start trying everything else. And then once I'd completed, I don't remember, I think it was Swamp Palace. I beat Swamp Palace and I was like, well, I'm 2 pendants in and I'm in a bad spot. I'm going to be checking Skullwood's big chest. While I'm here, I should check the pedestal to be safe. And because I didn't want to check it before, I was like, I don't even have the Eastern Big Key yet. I'm not going there. And there's no way it's going to be required. And sure enough, so it was a bit worrying. I was happy with it because once I got that information and found the Eastern Big Key, I was like, well, I have a path now. I get Eastern cleared, I get the mushroom, I turn it in, get that. My portal is next to Sahashla, so I can turn that in as well. And then it's just Aga Tower, the bat, which I'm pretending doesn't exist anymore. And then I forgot about Hera, but there were 2 checks in Hera for me as well. Yeah,
there were those 2 checks. I mean, it really, you both had different, because he did Swamp, but he skipped left side. As we said earlier, didn't do Cold Stare. So all along is like which of these bad locations was going to be the big key, and it was like, okay, we're kind of going over like if it's here, Broger, advantage Broger, and if it's here, advantage Futon. So that's really what it came down to.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I'm glad I played my style and worked into it, but the last 30 minutes were all nerves. It was just, there's so many ways that I could lose.
It really was, I mean, there were, it had all the normal, cross keys trolls. It didn't get really, really bad until Mushroom on Ped for Turtle Rock Big Key. And we are also joined by Broger. GG's for finishing that one out.
Yeah, GG's. Hello.
GG's.
Okay, so
can we not just skip mushroom for powder in this scene?
Yeah, that was. So the biggest difference, the way we see it, Futon finished Cold Stare when he was there the first time. You didn't, so that you had meaning to do Ped later, you had to go back and do it later. So what was your thought process in Ice Palace when it had the things?
You probably have seen that I totally forgot about the fire rod. I was so convinced.
Yep, there was that too. Yep.
I was so convinced it would be behind the mirror, maybe early mids or connector, and totally cut it out of my mind. Then I already knew Ice Paladin was a pendant when I had the fire rod. Of course, I went to Skywood's back to find Misery Maya before, which I did 7 of 8 checks for nothing, and no Somaria, of course.
Yep.
And then I forgot to check the pet at the first time I was there. Yeah, and then I thought I have to do a little bit of skipping now, otherwise I'm definitely behind at this point. It was like, I don't know, I had the hookshot after an hour and something. It was like achievable after a few minutes. Yeah. I mean, you find these other neat things like big keys in off locations if you fail your route, but sometimes it's not enough.
Yeah, I don't think in the end the fire rod was really the difference. We kept puzzling over why he didn't go pick it up for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, both of you did Hera for 7 items. Futon had a bit of an advantage because he did it before Thieves Town, so he had the Thieves Town small key when he did Thieves Town, so he didn't have to go back to that later.
Yeah. And you also skipped Big Chest and small key then, I guess. Yeah. Because they were fairly late.
Basically, in the end, for the last 15 minutes or so, it was like Broger has lots of more win conditions if the Turtle Rock Big Key is there.
Yep.
But Futon's win conditions were like left
Pad.
side swamp,
Left side
pedestal.
swamp, yeah.
That was basically it at one point, and Roger still had if it's in the climb. Oh no, that would have been Futon's
No,
side.
if it was Magic Bat, it would have been Brogar. But Futon was ahead on the climb, so it had been on the climb, advantage Futon. So it's like, we were weighing these different advantages that each of you had. It was pretty wacky.
Yeah.
And
I don't feel so bad with. I'm behind like 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and hearing
No,
now
you shouldn't.
I double dip like Ice Palace. I don't know if you had to double dip Maya Futon.
I did, yeah.
Okay, but that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Ice
strictly
Palace is
speaking, you didn't need to double dip it, but you both did. You know?
Yeah.
Because you
was
find it,
okay.
you're just gonna go clear it because you're hoping something's there. You know.
Yeah, well, the fire rod was like mental blockade when you find it that late, and you remember, oh wait, you can go there with the hammer. You're so stupid.
Yeah,
And
you
have
did.
like.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
so you remembered it was there. You just didn't think to get it. You were just so set on getting it with the mirror that
Yeah.
Okay, because there was one point where you paused, and it wasn't a long pause, but you can always tell in cross keys when somebody's forgetting something because they'll pause and it'll sit there for a second, and then you figured it out relatively quickly from there. So.
Yeah. I was scanning my map, and then watching Kakariko a bit to the right, and I think, oh no, there was a fire rod. I can clear this with my hammer. And we had the hammer from Sarah Harshler's bag, I think, or close it. And this was like fairly close to this location.
Yeah. You got the hammer first, but yeah.
Yeah,
Futon got the fire rod much earlier.
The early game felt great. I followed down the paradox connector to the cells, the bottom entrance, or the exit, and bought bombs twice, by the way, which was kind of funny. And then I was like, oh no, it's never smart to walk around as a bunny here, so maybe do other things first. And immediately after save and quitting to Sanctuary, you get the mirror, and then you think, okay, now it's a bit more attractive to do this play. And then, like, I don't know, 1-2 minutes later, the moon pearl. So, okay, definitely a good choice to save and quit there earlier. But yeah, in the end, you see there's like those little cross keys, or more like key sanity things that can mess your whole route or mind. Yeah.
You did have boots and flute at least 20 minutes earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I was very against going into the dark world, even though we got the pearl and mirror. So I full cleared my light world first, which I don't mind doing. It's always scary though, because early dark world could have secrets like that. So
yeah, it's like I just said. I totally agree. But when I found that moon pearl and the mirror, I felt like you can also do double checks then. But it was scary.
True.
You were right. I nearly died when I was on the way to Curiosity Shop or something like that, and there was like this Hinox throwing bombs and those biggie guys closing in, and I had to take bomb boost damage to survive. I was just happy I bought that little heart for 10 rupees. Otherwise, I would have skipped the boots probably for ages.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, and you ended up with a whole lot of Skull Woods. I mean, I think you were in there many times, and then you missed the item in the middle, and then of course, because you had nothing to kill anything in there, and then the sword shows up like right after in
mean.
And always the bad Skull Woods layout. I mean, at least this one, I think only Futon found it, but it had the drop down where it actually takes you back to the front. But
yeah, I was worried because I'd seen the old man front, and I was like, this is a great connector to all of Death Mountain for my next step of everything, because I've been doing like clearing in like segments. I was taking up portions of the map, and I had Skullwoods or go up through Old Man, and I was like, okay, we'll try Skullwoods, and immediately it's the bad version of it, and it's just a really scary moment because I don't have to save and quit and run all the way back.
Yeah,
but I got lucky there.
I thought I had like hammer flute boots. I can go to Village of Outcast at any time from now on, and I knew that my gloves were out of logic technically because I bomb jumped everything in GT, and I was like, okay, the hookshot may have to lay early. This if you have to, but I mean there's 2 gloves, so you have to take this in mind that the hookshot may just be not locked there or even locked. So yeah. Still, I never followed down that stupid spiral cave, I think it was.
Yeah, that's an ugly connector.
Yeah, it's one check and like the whole world is open with Boots, Moonpearl, Mirror in Flute, like the luxury package for cross keys.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like we're going to be butting right upon the next match over here on Speed Gaming 6. So let you guys give your last words. What anything else you want to say before we go ahead and close this out?
I just say thank you.
Yeah, GG, thanks for commentary and tracking in the restream, and good luck on your future weeks.
Yes, you too.
All right. So yeah, we'll go over the schedule real quick. Right now, going on the ALTTPR League channel, we have Noble Foxes versus Triple Dino Disaster. That's Nobly the Foreign versus Scholzer. Right here on this channel, coming up in about 10 minutes, we have OK Game versus WJPDTB. That'll be 2C versus Willard J. Bradley. Also at 4:10 on the ALTTPR League Channel 2, we have the Spoilers versus Error 216. That'll be Dr. Martio versus Error. At 8:10 p.m., we have over on Speed Gaming 3, we have Waffle House Drive-Thru versus Boomer Friendly. That'll be Matt7898 versus Don Venier. Also at 8:10, we have on Speed Gaming 5, 2 Pro, 2 Furious versus Tyler Wormies. That'll be Scary All versus R.D. Walsh. So lots more Link to the Past Randomizer coming up the rest of the day, so don't miss it.
Yeah, and I can only agree. Thanks to everyone for watching, and thanks for our restream team for making this possible. Thanks for having you on commentary, Tracy.
Absolutely, that was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, and of course,
Darok, the
yep.
MVP.
MVP Darok.
This mess.
Yep, Tracker's always the MVPs.
You mean mess.
All right, that'll do it for us. Stay tuned for the next match, and we'll see you there.